Hello, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, evening, from wherever you're joining us from wherever or whenever you are going to be watching this. Hello to everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for waiting. Sorry we are late, few minutes again today, but don't forget we have business mothers. No excuse though. We need to be on time. You can see today. Thank you for those who have been joining us every day, Monday to Friday, and also in the evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you for those who have subscribed from whatever channels you're watching on. For those who have not yet subscribed, consider doing so. So, thank you very much. Guess what we are doing today? I'm the one she's on the hot seat today. Can you imagine that? I'm going to be the one questioning her. So I'm going to give her time to talk her heart. As you can see, we're talking about empowered to start homeschooling. That is what we are talking about today. So, Sister Comfort, let me give you a few minutes to say hello to everyone, and then we
Oh,
start from there.
okay. Thank you. Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you perfectly well.
All right. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for joining. Of course, we're always very blessed to have you here anytime, all the time. And of course, it's another wonderful day. We're going to be talking about something really sweet and important: home education, homeschooling, depending what part of the country or what part of the world you're calling in from. We are empowered to do this, and we want to see what we have. And if you can, please, why not go ahead, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you are new here, don't go, stay tuned. And believe me, before you leave, you are going to ask, how can I be part of this? So sis, I hope that I've said something. Thank you.
Yes, you have, and you didn't say so much. Good. Thank you very much for that, Sister Comfort. So, as you have seen today, everyone, please join in the conversation. We are talking about homeschooling, empowered to start homeschooling. So, Sister Comfort, without us wasting too much time, why did you start homeschooling? I want you, just give us a background to that, please. Thank you.
Yes, guys, if you don't mind, yeah, sure. I started home educating, homeschooling here in February this year, 2023. Actually, my family, that's my husband and myself, we saw the need actually to start homeschooling about 3 years ago. For some reason, I don't really want to say it, when
Mm,
something happened and we started
mm,
considering home education. But then we were so scared, we were like, oh, how does it work and stuff like that. But then the need kept arising on and on and on. We kept searching and searching and searching until February came, when we finally said, okay, we found out, because we had to do a lot of research. We called people, we talked to people, and so on. And then we got a lot of information about how everything works. And then we were like, okay, I think we are ready. And we went from there. Yeah.
mm. Okay. Okay, that's nice. Uh, so how has the journey been so far? What are the challenges that you've apart from that, does it have a curriculum? Does it have an organization or a body that regulates, this homeschooling, if I may ask
Well,
you?
yes, a lot is going on, right? Because it's quite a new life, and you can say just a lot, guys. If you are joining us, why we are sharing this is because there's something that is helping us. Because many people really see the need, like myself, and maybe you're thinking, is this something you can do? I just want to say yes. About curriculum, about challenges, about all of the things. It's a whole package. It's quite a very brand new life, because you just discover I just discovered that since February 2023 till now, I know my children differently, more than I did. There is this special bonding. There is this, you get to know exactly who your child is, especially when it comes to that part of life, education and stuff, what they like. And then I've even got to learn various types of teaching or various types of learning. Children have preferred methods of learning, and so on, and
Yeah,
all of
they're
those things
learning
put
styles,
together.
isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So someone like visual, mostly like my second son, he would like to watch and stuff like that, watch and then tell you the story or make a recap and stuff like
Mm,
that.
mm,
Whatever works is whatever you do. So at some point, just personally, because when I brought up the idea, especially
Mm.
my little daughter, she was like, "Oh, today's my daughter's birthday. She just turned 9 today, the 16th of June." Yeah.
Hey, happy
So, yeah.
birthday!
So
Happy birthday.
yeah.
Okay,
So
we'll sing.
I,
Remind me to sing happy birthday to her. We all
all
sing
right.
and join together.
Yeah, so why so I was feeling like, oh, did I fail my children? Why did I take them from out of school? Was it a good decision? But when you look at the other part, the reason that made me, I don't feel comfortable sharing it
No, don't.
publicly.
You don't
But then
need
a
to.
lot of things are happening around the world now that you just find the need to be for your children to be with you. And if you
Mm,
have that opportunity, I really we had to go for it. So, but then it took very long, very really quick, because she was like, "Oh, I'm going to miss my friends and stuff." But nothing changed, because while the others are at school, they are here, they are learning. The moment
that's
they are
true.
out of school, they just meet out there and they play together and they run around, and it doesn't feel different. And
Okay.
just after a couple of, it was not up to 3 weeks, my daughter made a quick a poster on online, on a software that we have that we learn on, and she wrote on it, I love schooling, but homeschooling is the best because you get to be around your parents all the time. So it gave me that comfort, and then all of them, they're just very happy about it. They're satisfied that they're doing that, and it gives me the joy too. So
Mm.
I don't know if there's anything more than this that you need to know. You can ask even people in the chat if there are a few stuff they need to know. There's a lot, but then if you ask, I will explain a lot as much as I can. Yeah.
Okay, that is very good. I was going to ask you, since you've mentioned this, I want to find out from you, since you've been in it for how long now? I think it's about 6 months, roughly.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
about that, about half a
about
year,
6 months. So,
yeah.
are
Hmm.
there some challenges that you faced at the moment? What do you have any challenges? And then let's look at it. How affordable is it?
Hmm.
Is there access to funding, things like that? Can you
Hmm.
let us know? So, in order to help someone else that is probably at the crossroad of making the same, decision as
Hmm.
yourself, you know.
Yeah, as challenges, you would just say they're just the normal daily challenges that you would face,
Mm.
because especially from the onset, it almost was not get it was getting like, this is mom and dad. It's not really, yeah, it doesn't feel
Teacher.
like school, because they feel that, yeah. But then we are
Ah.
adjusting.
Mm,
Then I worked hard. Everything is a blessing. I don't want to say I face any particular challenges, because
mm.
I
Because
am
challenges
growing.
are always
Yes,
blessings and
eh,
stepping stones for
yes.
you to get better, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm growing a lot because
Mm,
I have learned how to be very, very patient. I mostly act than talk. If I say do this and they are just playing, because sometimes they want to get really like on your nerves. Even in class, teachers go through that. I tell them a few times, do this, do that, do that. If they don't do it, then it means you are delaying your own self. It will encroach into your break time or your play time or your phone time. You won't have it because you have to finish doing this today and stuff like that. And it's just working. And then about the funding, no, no, no. There's no funding for people who do home education. You are on your own when you decide to do that, because nobody asked you to do it.
So, so,
However,
so
the
if
good thing,
so if there's no funding, so how affordable is it then? How do you
yes,
get
it is.
books and things like that the children, stationery, things like that?
Exactly. That's the good thing about everything about home education, is that what was scaring me while we waited for up to 3 years is because we thought that we could not afford. But then I kept talking about this. Then this friend of mine is a sister of mine though in church. She said, "No, you can do it, because I know people who are in the same financial level situation
Mm,
like yours. They are
mm,
just average, but then they are
mm,
doing it and they have no problem.
mm,
It's just enough for you to for the partner to be able to work and pay the bills and do the basic things, and then
mm.
that's it." I said, "Is that it? Is that all?" And then she said yes, and then she connected me with this group, church Christian home education, uh, uh something services, support
Okay.
services,
Support
yeah.
services.
Christian
Oh,
home education support services, and that's
mm,
the best you can ever have, because
wow.
my background, we are Christian,
Mm,
obviously, then
yes.
that's it. I fall into just the right hands.
Mm.
Chairs, what else can you
So
ever
so
need?
it
Yeah.
was nice for you to have opened your mouth there to
Yeah,
talk to someone or ask someone about, homeschooling, and you see how God orchestrated that and just
ex-
connected you to someone that
exactly.
you really needed, and they were able to connect you to what you needed.
Yeah,
Wow.
it feels really good because
Mm,
you just feel okay. You feel very
mm,
okay. Just it's just family, even though it's people you've never seen, but because you reason the same, you believe in the same thing, and all of those things. It's just a wonderful community to be in, and they are very very helpful. And then so when you are starting, because it's something that if you have been thinking to do, then know that it's not a problem at all. But so sometimes when I find time, sometimes I go to work, one either for a change, because I'm mostly the person there, since my husband has to work. I'm mostly there with them. Sometimes
mm.
when you go to work, all right, you have something else to do than just seeing them all the time. Other
Okay.
times you stay at home and then you do outdoor activities. It's just so good and so free, because how you want to learn is how it goes. You
Yes.
don't have a
Yes.
particular rhythm. Like this
Mm,
month, it's very hot. We have
mm,
not stopped learning. It's afternoon now. We don't do much. We're just there, people lazing about doing their own stuff. When it's in the evening, when it gets really cool, we just
mm,
sit down and learn. And then not much, just
mm,
enough. And it's enough.
mm,
And then the
mm,
most important thing is that you learn just what you want your children to know. You
mm,
know, you
mm,
they don't learn things that are being imposed on them, things that
mm,
you feel that you don't ask yourself, where is this taking my child to? What would my child benefit from this kind of education? You don't
mm,
have that.
mm.
And you have
That,
yeah. So it's just everything. And then another, I think you asked about curriculum.
yes, I
It's
asked
easy to
about your
find.
curriculum. Yes.
Yes,
And curriculum, don't forget curriculum, because sometimes some people that are listening to us will think, oh, curriculum, all the children are of different age groups. So
yeah.
how do you manage the curriculum for children, for different age groups? What's happening there?
That is the joy of everything about home education, right? Because it's just easy. That was the stress. Even everybody, when they discover that, when they find out that I'm doing this, they just think that I'm not normal, but I am more than normal,
Mm,
because everything you do is education. The
mm,
youngest one is just 4 years old.
mm,
He learns from the others. The others,
mm,
they teach him. And
mm,
then the other one, the oldest one, he
mm.
can also help oh, she actually turned 9 today. The 9 year
That's
old
it.
one.
Mm,
Sometimes she's helped by the other ones. You just need instructions. You look at it together. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do.
mm,
Everybody is assigned to do whatever they are doing. You can't believe that when they're sitting here and everybody is doing. Somebody open the door when they sit here and everybody is learning, and you are sure that everybody is concentrating. I am crocheting at the same time, so we do a
mm,
lot at the same time. It just
mm,
works. And then even the two bigger boys, they help each other sometimes when there's need. They say, do
mm,
you know how this is done and stuff? If they find out,
mm.
ask something, if they need help, I'm right here, and I come
Okay.
to their assistance. If something that I need help to, we
Mhm.
search or we read through a book or we get stuff done, and it's just working really perfectly well.
That
And
that
then
is
yeah, then when my husband is here, there's
mm,
certain things he's really good at: history, geography, and stuff like
okay.
that. He takes
Okay.
with that too, and mostly he's the night person. He likes the evening ones, and they
Mm,
go on it. So it's
mm.
just very relaxed. It's so good and so just so great. Yeah.
Okay, so that I love to hear. I love the fact that both of you are taking shifts there, because it's all hands on deck, isn't it? When
Yep.
it comes to
Yep.
this, okay, wherever they can chip in, they chip in. So I wanted to ask you also,
Mm-hmm.
with what you said there, that whatever you don't know, have you at any point in time come across something that you didn't know, your husband didn't know, the children didn't know, and you
Yes.
searched online and it wasn't clear, and then you needed somewhere else, you were pointed or directed in a different direction for you to pick up knowledge from there, or for the children to have an understanding? Has there ever been any situation like that?
Well, there's hardly that, because one, we have a
Mm.
software that we bought, and it's really quite affordable as well. Again,
Okay.
every that is, they have a curriculum for every class, and then for
Okay.
every subject there is a curriculum. Like for the
Wow.
spring term, you have the
Mm.
day one of spring to the last day. You have
Wow.
exercises.
Mm.
You have assessments. You have all of those things mapped
Okay.
out. So you just
Okay.
follow it every day. Like today is the 16th of June. There's material for today and stuff like that. You just follow on that and go. It's really good, you
Wow.
know.
So
So,
you
and
mentioned you mentioned, sorry if I may cut in there. You mentioned assessment there. So there's
yeah,
a assessment as well for the
already set
children,
and
and
kept.
ongoing.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So
And then, yeah, there's way too much. And then you are the one who chooses. And the good news here is we have an opportunity to correct a mistake, which was actually my fault.
Okay.
Our children were born in Germany and stuff like
Okay.
that before we moved here to England. There was
Mm.
this debate from the onset. My husband was like, we need to speak our language to them from birth so that by the time they're going to kindergarten, they already know it and they will never forget. I was like,
Mm.
no, they're born here. If they don't speak English, then they don't have any use in the world and stuff like that.
Wow.
And then obviously I won because they did not speak our language. We
Mm.
started speaking, so from birth they were speaking English, and then when they went to kindergarten, they started German.
It's
Growing
German.
up, yes.
Wow.
But then when we finally moved over here, it took less than half a year and the German was all gone, and they now speak English.
Wow.
If they don't tell you, you
Wow.
don't know that they were born in another country, and so they
Wow.
don't know my language. But guess what? We have
Mm.
the opportunity now. My language, Limbo, is one
Mm.
of the subjects in our curriculum that we actually learn.
Wow.
And my husband
Yes.
does that too happily. Yeah,
Yes.
it's such
That's
a
good.
learning curve. How much I
Okay.
thought I knew my language until I found this. I found a book that everything
Okay.
is laid out, the grammar, the numbers. I'm saying, oh, I never knew. So it's
Okay.
just another
That
season of growth and new stuff, and the bonding is the best thing that can ever happen.
that is
So yeah.
good. That is
Mm.
good. That is really, really good. So if I we take it from there, if I may ask you, and is it legal? Is this legal? Is it legal for
Yes,
you to be doing what you are doing?
it is. In England, it is, because when we came to that decision where we wanted to, it just needed for us to write that letter that
Okay.
today that we asked when we
Do,
took the decision, we just
sorry,
asked that.
let me ask you. Let me cut in. Sorry for cutting. You said you needed to write a letter. Who did you need to write that letter to? Is it the local
You
authority or Department of Education or what?
you write the letter to the school where
Okay.
your children is in. You just say the
Mm,
name of the child, and then you quote the part of the law that makes that permits that children can home educate,
great.
and then
Okay.
and give to them. And then the
Mm.
school doesn't have any right to question why you are taking the children out of school. The person
Oh,
who questions is the local authority.
authority.
The local
Ah, okay.
authority questions why you are doing that, and you give them your reasons and
Mm.
stuff. And sometimes they've been calling around, they call us to find out how we are doing, what we are doing, and stuff like
Okay,
that.
I
You
was going
know,
to ask that. Has the local
yes,
authority been, have they been on your case or called you at any point in time to say, oh, what's
yes.
happening? Why did you take the children out of school? That
Hmm.
kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they actually also come and monitor what you are doing, or they don't do that at any
No,
point in time?
they
Okay.
don't, because
Mm.
one, when you search, I did a lot of research. Many
Wow.
parents who are home educating, especially England, I mostly say home education because
Mm,
I'm in England. Most
mm.
parents say you have
Homeschooling.
the right whether or
Mm.
not to let them in.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have the right to say, no, I don't need you now, just wait. When I need you, I will ask, I will call for help. But then
Okay.
I don't have any problem for them coming because I have nothing to hide either. It's
Hmm.
just that let them tell me that they are coming. Of course, I'll let
Okay.
them know. Then,
Okay.
because I don't know why I was so obsessed about CHES, Christian Home Education Support
Mm.
Services, that I forgot that there is education otherwise. Because you
Yes.
already have a template. If you want to write, you don't struggle, you don't do anything. There's a
Ah.
template by education
You,
otherwise. You just tap on there and
you
you
just
find
fill it
a,
in.
yes, and then
Okay.
you bring it out and just customize it to each child and the school and the address and all of those things, and then
Wow.
you hand it to them. And then, yeah, the school is like, oh, they just respect the date, and they say this is the last day they are going to be in school, and that last day
Wow.
reaches, that's it. They send a letter, they give the children out with the letter, and that's it. Then now you
Oh,
have education, you have the local authorities to deal with. But then they don't give me headaches.
okay.
They don't bother me at all. But then what we do, because we have a lot of support from all the groups, from education otherwise, and from the Christian Home Education Support Services, they
Yes.
advise that you should journal everything you do. Because
Okay. Okay.
you need to
Because you need
journal
to
everything.
prove,
You
isn't
need to
it?
prove that the children are having enough education.
Education.
Yeah,
Okay.
because if you ask whether it's legal that children should be homeschooled in this country, yes, it is.
Yes.
So in England or in the United
United
Kingdom,
Kingdom. Mm.
schooling is not a right, but education is a right. So they just want,
Yes.
so going to school is not a basic right, but the basic
No.
right here is for your child to be educated. So
Educated.
why the
Yes.
local authority pops in now is because they want to be sure that you are educating this child,
Getting
so
the
that because
child.
they have to be the same standard like a child in this country or this part of the world. And so
Okay.
it's working. Yeah, it's going really well.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is really, really, really good. If I may ask you, Sister Comfort, is there any other body? I know you are not, you have, decided to stay with Christian Home Support Services, but and
Mhm.
also education otherwise. For those who are not necessarily Christians or don't want to use the Christian curriculum,
Yeah,
do they have anything else apart from those ones that they can
education
use for,
otherwise.
yes, for
Education
homeschooling?
otherwise is the best
Okay,
way to go.
is the
Yes,
best
because
way.
that's for
Okay.
everybody. It's a non-governmental organization, and they have a
Okay,
whole history.
non-governmental.
Yes, there's an
Oh,
NGO, so they're
it's an
just there to
NGO.
help. Yeah, they're just
Okay,
there to help people like us. And then
okay,
they have a whole history of when it started, how it started, and why it should go on. And from the
mm,
Christian perspective too, if you're a Christian, you just
okay,
want to be part of it. It's so wonderful because like Christian education and all of those things, we are Christian, as you can see. So
yeah,
how do we start the day? The first thing in the morning, we do Bible studies by just reading. So everything is
yes,
learning. So
yes,
the first, we love doing devotions. So
mm,
we read, we choose, we've just finished the book of John. We are now in the book of Acts. Hi, Brother John, we finished the book of John.
okay,
So we are now in the book of Acts. Every morning we read one full chapter.
okay, okay,
The teacher and me is just woken up because we listen.
okay,
We like reading and I listen. When you
okay,
start reading and you are wrong, I say read verse 6 again. You are
okay,
reading and God say you want to read verse 6. And
okay.
then which means you are making a mistake. If I say three times, are you reading wrong? I just say, do you want to continue? So
I
you
can imagine.
yes, so
They will say,
yes.
teacher, mom has woken up."
Yes,
Okay,
but it's
that
working. It's working great. It's so fun.
okay.
Then I was just laughing. I don't know. I'm just that time you miss out certain very interesting scenes. I
In
got
your
my daughter
child's
and
life,
my son.
isn't
They're
it?
playing. They're actually playing. They play teacher and student, and it was real education because it's like,
Mm,
how do they
role
pronounce it?
play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
role
role
play and
play.
stuff like that. Yeah, my daughter, the older one is a teacher, and then the younger one is a student. And so, it was really such a fun thing. I think I was busy, my hands are sore. I said, okay, I've missed this because it's something
Okay.
to capture on camera and see. You don't work
Yes.
hard because
Yes.
everything just falls in place and it's just going, really easy
Okay.
here.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. I love the fact that, and I know with all this home education, everything is involved. They don't miss out on things like trips, school trips. Like when children go to school trips from school, they also, because I've called you a number of times and you said, "Oh, we are on a trip to somewhere." So I
Mhm.
love the fact that children they are not missing out on trips, they are not missing out on crafts, they are not missing out on anything per se, that kind of, there's nothing that they are missing out on, but they are missing
Mhm.
out on what they don't need to know and what does not benefit them from
Yes,
the school.
yes.
So before we go to some of the contributions that people are on today, what advice will you give someone that is on the crossroad or is trying to make a decision on whether they to homes because their children are younger, whether to homeschool the children, whether not to
Mhm.
homeschool the children? What can they do? What advice will you give that kind of person, please?
Yes, I will just say when you start it, just take a deep breath. If you're somebody who prays, just pray all the time because there's this thought that always come. Did I really need to take them out? Because you just feel like no. But then yes, why? Consider your why. If you get
Mm,
the why,
why?
that's the
Mm,
reason, and you see it
mm,
going. And then secondly, no rush, because
mm,
before you just like, oh my god, I need this, I need that, I need that. Before you know it, you're buying a few more things than you need.
mm,
Remember that you want to make everything customized. How does your child like to study? What kind of
mm.
material do
And,
they
and
need?
and you
Then
need to look at each
yes,
child, not just one
yes,
child, isn't it? If
yes,
they have more
yes.
than one, yes.
Exactly. Don't rush to buy stuff because there's a lot of beautiful stuff out there and you can just buy and buy and buy. And then at some point you feel that, oh God, did I really
They
need
don't
this?
need it.
I bought a
Exactly.
couple of books too, but then after that
Mm,
I started asking, especially when I found the software, I was like, this is all you can eat here. So I did not need any other
mm,
thing. And then moreover, if you need stuff
mm,
like books
mm,
and all those, check with
mm,
the communities because when you like through, especially through chairs, that's why I just love
mm.
the chairs one,
The
the Christian home
library.
education. No,
Library.
the Christian, no, no, the Christian home education support service. Yeah, they
Oh, the
have a
chess.
library
Okay.
too. but then they connect you with your groups,
Honestly, okay.
people within your area who are on the yeah, who are
Mm.
home educating. So you find out, does
So
anybody have
homeschool
this
is,
or that or that?
yeah.
Yes. Does anybody have this or that to exchange, to sell, or to give away? You take them. Even if they're giving for nothing, take and say
Okay.
thank you. If
Okay.
they were selling, it would definitely be cheaper. And then
Okay.
they always show you, they always
Yes.
come up from time to time and show you that, oh, look, this is you have this here at reduced prices, this is what you can get here, and so and so. And then I found another a group on Facebook, how God would make it. It's a massive group. I don't know whether it's American, but I think everybody is there. It's they call it a big family homeschooling group or something like that. And then there's a lot of support.
Mm.
Many parents are in
Wow.
there. You have children various ages and
Okay.
stuff. So when you have any issue, just go ask. They say, hey, family, what do I do? This is where I'm stuck. Believe me, there's a lot of support just coming your way, just flowing in. Everybody's just happy. They
That is
share and
re-
sharing pictures and point you to other stuff. You say, don't stress it. The moment then there's some days that if you feel like they just want to be lazy, leave them. Because
okay.
when they stay there, and then the next day they will do it. Sometimes if you
Wait,
miss out a day within the week, even Saturday you want to learn because choice is
okay.
yours. You walk your day around how you want to do it.
And that is something that doesn't happen in the school, isn't it? If they
No,
get
it
to be
doesn't.
in that kind of situation, then
Yeah,
you either start getting a phone call if they do that regularly, or they start, put in isolation for not listening, or for not doing what they are supposed to do in class. Thank you
yeah,
very much, Sister Comfort, for that. Yeah, and don't forget, here we homeschooling, I like to bring some of the comments, because we are still coming back, because don't forget, we are here because of what Unpassive can do also for you. How does
yeah,
Unpassive come in here? I want to take some contribution before we go to that. I can see Bra Kings, is it Bra Kings? He says homeschooling makes you understand children and their needs. The
yes.
experience helps you in training your children. That is so true, isn't it, Sister Comfort? Like, now you
That's
discover
it.
that each of your child,
Yeah,
learn as a learning style, and they're different from each other, which sometimes is
exactly.
not something they teach you back home, isn't
I
it? But
know.
you
You
begin to discover that not one size fits all. You understand that kind of thing?
yes. Listen, see what I learned, because my son, the oldest one, he
Mm,
loves art.
mm,
Anything you're doing, he's quiet. He's the calmer one. He wants to draw and draw. I'm just like, what is he doing with this art thing? So when we finally sat down, because it's school time and he needs to learn, he
mm,
actually just took a pen and drew a mapping of what of what he the whole thing is all about. I learned
mm,
a lot. There
mm,
is yeah, I'm live. So there is, I learned about something in art. There is perspective, there is
mm,
anatomy, there is
mm,
this, and it's a whole school of its own, and how he's passionate about it. And then I'm able to help. He studies some particular artists of interest. He will print out their pictures, cut and put in the books,
mm,
do research about them, write the story about them and their art and their background and all of those things and stuff like that. And it's just so wonderful. So when we're doing English, sometimes we're learning how to write a composition. We just do it as
mm.
a team. From the one
Yeah.
who is in 9 years old to the 12 year to the 14 year, we do it together. I was telling you the other day about the
Yes.
debate we
Yes.
had.
A
It was a
debate. Yeah.
wonderful exercise. And
Okay.
also, it's just everything is just fun. Then you get to know exactly the stuff now, and then you concentrate just on those,
Yes.
and then you add
The
what is
children,
necessary.
I can see that your children will be able to express themselves in their own.
Yes,
They're comfortable in their own skin, comfortable with their own
exactly.
ideas. They're not being shut down for being either homophobic or this one, because they are homeschooling.
That's the
They need to
issue
be able
here.
to express themselves comfortably and
Yeah.
not be judged by anybody else just because they're expressing themselves, which they have a right to. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that is
Yeah.
very, very good. That is
Yeah.
very good. So if we've taken, there's some comments that I would just want to pick up. I want
Mm-hmm.
us to, just before we go into that place where we see, I'm going to be asking you, so how is Unpassive going to make a difference to this situation, this wonderful beginning that you have started now? Because I can see Vavin's Star Vavin says schools should be fun, but instead kids is judged on their performance and not on their individual strength. Every child is
Right.
unique, and there's no failures, just slow and fast learners. You know, don't
Exactly.
forget, I'm also a registered childminder. So when they talk about every child being unique, I think they've put a bottle on some things, because yes, every child is unique, but when that child starts expressing it, you can express
Mhm.
yourself this way, you can express yourself this way. Every child is
Exactly.
unique, and you're, as a parent, you can, no teacher can know your child more than yourself.
Exactly.
I don't believe in that rubbish. A teacher
Mm-hmm.
cannot know your child more than yourself.
No
Yes,
way. No
parents
way.
can
Yeah.
work, go to work, does not mean that a teacher knows the child more than themselves. The parent will know their child more than
Mm-hmm.
that's, at least that's where it should be, even if it's
Yeah.
happening maybe very little. But that for the parent not to know the child, no, the parent to know that child more than you know that child. Just even just slight differences, they can pick it up. So
Yeah.
I want to ask you, so how is Unpassive going to make a difference in this new journey that you have started? You need to let people know, because it's,
Listen,
I find it
listen, guys.
very interesting. Even me, don't forget, I'm also part of your journey, because I'm always, every day I'm asking you, so what are you guys doing today? Are you guys going on a
I
trip? Are
know.
you going, the last time you guys went on a trip, I said, woo, you guys are going
Yeah.
to the museum. Wow, wow, wow. That's good. So
Listen,
how is it going to make a difference?
the difference is already being made even before we go to the market or stuff. I would believe that from June. I think this month of June is a wonderful month because this girl's
It's a
birthday is
month
today,
that is
and
loaded, isn't it?
yes, it
It's
is loaded
pregnant with,
indeed.
and it has
Yeah.
fruit just
Yeah,
waiting
so the
to just
moment June,
drop.
I jumped on passive on the 19th of June 2020. So as Berry is 9 today, in the next 3 days, it will be my third anniversary in on passive.
Passive.
The moment we saw that all of these things put together, on passive is just the solution. Because imagine how much I'm already doing with little or nothing, right?
Mm,
But then it's going to more than widen the horizon. Guys, you
wow.
know what? Never say never. Home
Mm,
education has taken me to places. As
mm,
it stands, watch out, videos will come out, even if it's later on some point. I
mm,
actually do taekwondo with the boys because
mm,
that's what they like doing.
mm,
And you cannot
mm,
stay not being part of it. So we do taekwondo and stuff like that. You need
mm.
to watch me box, right, and kick all the kicks and
or,
stuff.
or
Then,
or
yeah.
kickboxing.
So this is where this is taking us to, because
Mm,
one thing, whether we believe or not, traveling is the best education you can ever have or give your child. We all
yes.
know that.
Yes.
But then how many of us can afford it? Don't ask me
Mm.
because I could never afford it. Imagine that these boys, they just want to go spend some time. It could be weeks or how long they want in
Mm,
Thailand
mm,
and do Thai, the
mm,
taekwondo thing with native
mm,
Thai
mm.
people
People.
in a native Thai environment. You
Mm,
can afford it.
mm,
They learn the culture of those people, they learn all of those things and stuff. You are
mm,
going to travel places,
mm,
so there's no limitation because on passive, you have your education in your pocket, you have
mm.
the school moving with you in your pocket going,
That's
you
true.
have the means, you have everything you need. So it's just I think that our OES is the
Mm.
OES that we have here, as we said,
Yes.
so it's
We
more
have all
than.
the pearls in there.
Exactly. So what is happening here is on passive has it all too, because we
Mm.
are learning, we're using whatever we find now, which is already okay to. We really do appreciate. Thanks
So
be
you
to
can
God.
imagine when academy comes
Yes,
in.
when Okanebe comes, it's going to be crazier because some of them would have been the level of even their university or
A
so on,
levels of
any level
university.
to any
Yeah.
level. Yes, they
Mm,
have it there. It
mm,
makes things even much better with the
mm,
security, with the
mm,
accessibility, with the quality of everything that on passive has,
mm,
plus all the financial freedom and stuff. I want to mention this here because
mm,
we don't really talk much about money, but then it's all about money. It's
mm.
business, right? So you
Yes.
have everything you need. You have the all the time on earth. Because
Mm,
as busy as I am, I can't stop doing on passive and I can't
mm,
stop teaching the children. But
mm,
sometimes I still squeeze time to go to work because you just want to have that worth too, that you can
mm,
make a dime.
mm,
But then there's
mm,
no need for it. But then you have all the time, you have all the financial freedom, all the time freedom. We will
mm.
travel and travel and travel and travel. We will learn and learn and learn and learn.
And we can
You
take
just
a trip to Japan
Yes.
together.
What are you saying? How you have spoiled them, guys? This woman sitting here is taking over my children because if they think that if I can't go with them to Thailand, Auntie Fumi will definitely do that. So it's fun. That's just
because
one of the
I'm an
things.
adventurous person,
Yeah,
aren't I?
that's just one of the things. So you will, everything will just turn, it will just be a whole package, and you see the
Mm,
dream really coming true. You know,
mm,
everything
mm.
the children need, any kind of support and all of those things, they will come as much as you need them, you know, and you'll be able to reach out to others too. So it's something that if anybody is considering, the good news is that you are just starting on time. If you were planning or you ever wanted to home educate, to homeschool, and you thought that it was not affordable, on passive is already here. So you are only starting on time. It's not us who started and we're waiting for on passive to go commercial and stuff. But we are just, you know, any moment from now, we are out there and everything is very, very affordable. You have Academy, you have All Connect, you have all of those things. You have On Joy, which is the On Joy, which is the children platform for
Yes,
playing
for playing.
educational
Yes,
games and
yes,
all of those things.
where they
You
can
know,
learn things about coding and things like
yes,
that, but in a fun way as well.
in a fun way, exactly.
Yes.
Because as it stands, you know, we do a lot of other stuff. Like my sons, I'm trying to teach, especially the older one, you know, that most of these graphics now he does them and so
Mm,
on. He can
mm.
edit videos. That's education. Everything is
Yes,
education. This
yes.
morning, me and Barry went to church for 2 hours. We started a craft, ladies' craft, you
Mm,
know.
mm,
So I'm there. My daughter with me. She is learning. You know,
mm,
because it doesn't have to do only with books. I am crocheting and she is crocheting near me, learning a
mm,
new design, being
mm.
just mom and me for and her for 2 hours. That's
Was
way too much. That's
yes,
something that many children don't have. Many parents don't
no.
have the opportunity to do that.
And they will
So
love to be able to do that. They will love
exactly.
many,
So the
many
time is
parents.
just now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
Mhm.
just take this contribution from Nemika Jacob. It says, home education is a very interesting topic. Thank you, Sister Comfort. Thank you very much. As you can hear, thank you, Sister Comfort, for sharing your own personal experience with everyone today. As you can hear from Sister Comfort, if you are at the crossroad of making that decision, thank you, Bra Collins. Good job. Ooh, well done. He probably is on his lunch break.
I know, right?
You know, for those who are on the verge or wanting or thinking about homeschooling, you have heard, especially if you're living in the UK, it is an easy thing to do. For those who are not living in the UK, you need to you just wait, and when academic comes in and you are part of Unpassive already, it makes life even easier. So
Easier. Right.
at least you have peace of mind. It saves your children from a lot of other things that happens in schools, that kind of thing. So please keep that in mind. You have heard from her today. I'm not going to take too much of our time. I thank you for those of you that have joined us, and then we are going to pick on just one more contribution, and then we'll be rounding up. We knew this today was going to be a bit longer because of the kind of topic that we're dealing with, but for those who don't forget, homeschooling, Mokan said homeschooling will be a paradigm shift in education sector, which is true. In fact, most parents will, especially those that still have young children, especially
Mm-hmm.
kindergarten and the rest of it, most likely even grandmothers will take over the home education of their grandchildren as the
Exactly.
way things are going sooner or later. So please don't forget, this is not for show. This is not for play. This video, attach your go to your OES, take your link, ecosystem link, attach it to it and send it to anybody that you know will be interested in this, or at the verge of this, or have been pondering on it, or you heard them talk about it, or they have interest in it, and send it to them. It's a very interesting topic. Please share and share to everyone. Bra Collins says here, thank you very much for joining us today. If you have any question, any comment, please put them in the comment section. We will come through them, because we will you have any question, or find either of us on Facebook as well, and then you can ask that question. I know she's the one that is doing the homeschooling, but I'm also part of her family, because I know exactly when everything started, and every day so what's happening today? Are you guys done? That kind of thing. You're not
Right.
done. So I'm also part of it, but she can help you in that area and give you a better direction. But
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, uh, academy is coming through, and unpassive will make is going to be a game changer for in the educational sector, like Bramo said. And strongly believe that, because it will revolutionize education
Yes.
all over the world. You understand me? Parents, you take for example the recent, what do you call it, in University of Nottingham, where a random person just starts shooting and knifing people down. Students, university
Yeah.
students died in that incident. If your child was on academy, that child will be safe. You
Yep.
understand me?
Yep.
That child will be
Mm-hmm.
safe. I'm not saying that university campuses are not safe, but you never know. It's not everything. It's not one size fits all.
You're right.
Every child is different. A child must be in school. Education is the main thing. Where
Yeah.
they do
Yeah.
it
So
doesn't matter.
legally,
Yeah,
yeah,
legally
legally, going
education.
to
eh,
school is not a basic right, but
no,
education is a basic
education
right.
is
So
the
they just,
basic right.
yeah.
So they can do
So
that from anywhere. Just before we go, this now makes me to understand when they say children of ambassadors, don't forget they move from country to country.
yeah.
How do they get? I used to think, how do they get educated? Or soldiers or army, where they move from station to station. How do they get?
Mhm.
This is a game changer, especially for armed forces family. They don't need to, even when they move from one station to another, they don't need to
Mhm.
change schools. They can just go back to their homeschooling, which the curriculum has not changed. The environment has not changed for the children. They're still going to be at home and doing homeschooling. So thank you
Exactly.
very much. Do
So
you have anything else to add?
definitely, I will. So it's just an encouragement. It's not that we are not asking people to pull their children out of school. It's
Thank
just
you.
because
Please stress
people
that.
probably there's some people who really see the need for
Mm.
personal reasons, for family reasons, and many many other stuff.
Even
And
religious
yes,
reasons.
religious, especially that was one of our biggest stuff before
Mm,
other stuff. Yeah,
mm,
leave it at
mm,
that. So if
mm.
you have that burden that you think that you want to home educate, go for it. It's very, very okay. It's good. Some people think that they don't have patience. They can't do, because many people, to be honest, they think that I'm not normal, but I am. I am very, very more than normal,
Mm,
because everything is just working seamlessly, no stress and stuff. And
mm.
then if you think that truly you can't go through that, you can't teach your 4 children, talking to the big, the medium, and the smaller and stuff like that. If you want, it's going to be more affordable now because academy, not academy, on
A
passive
passive
as a
person.
movement its
Yes.
own is
Mm.
going to provide you with the 100% time and financial
Freedom.
freedom, and that is empowerment,
Mm.
such that if you still want to watch your children study and you don't want to be the teacher, financially
You
you
can.
can afford to pay
Yes,
and
you
to
can
pay for
pay
them to sit
because
at home and learn. Me, I'm not
yes.
paying because we can do it and we are doing it.
Mm,
They just learn every day. Even cooking, everything you do is learning, because there are
mm,
times even when you do like the other one is learning how to cook tomato sauce, because
mm,
you feel that, oh, if I go to university sometime I would like to cook for myself. He's learning, he has done it twice, tried, when he does up to 5 10 times, how many times, and
mm,
his confidence, he goes ahead and does it. At some point I would say, just sit down, get a pen and paper, describe without any grammatical error, no spelling error and stuff, the process of cooking tomato sauce from start to end. In that
mm.
description, there's reading, there's writing, there is punctuation, there's everything. It's just a whole
Yes.
thing. So everything you do is
Yes.
education, and it's very affordable. So if you want to do that, go ahead and do it. We just want to say mighty thank you to our brother Calistro for blessing
Calistro.
us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you very
Yeah.
much. Thank you.
Yeah, see, so what?
So,
Let's just say people should ask more questions if they have, because we can stay here, but then just saying a lot when people don't need it. If there are questions,
mm,
drop them in the question section. I'm happy to come back. And families, please, anybody who is home educating or homeschooling, drop your contributions, because I want to learn from you too. What are you doing? What are you up to? And so on. Why
exactly.
not?
If you are doing that,
One thing I'm thinking is that maybe when we move over to ONET, we will finally
mm,
create a club of our own, a family of our own
yes,
homeschooling
for
club out there.
homeschooling
So
club.
let's
Mm.
keep this going, guys. I really need all of you
So
in
if
my
you,
life and my children. Yeah,
exactly. Thank you
yeah.
very much, Sister Comfort, and thank you for everyone else that has joined us today. I thank you, Sister Vavi. Imagine 101 million of Egypt population's education system is waiting for academy to switch on as Pasi or cooking with grease alight. All right.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us today. And I would like to, I think we need to round it up here now. We've gone
Please.
over more than over
Sorry.
our time. So thank you. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. We're going to come back again. If we see there is a need for us to, maybe talk about this again, we'll definitely do that. So to see you again next week, Monday. But don't forget, in the evening today, 4 p.m. EDT time, which is 9 p.m. UK time, please come and join in the conversation again this evening. Until then, from me and Sister Comfort, thank you very much. We love you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys. Thank
Thank
you. Thank
you.
you. Love you. See you
Bye.
soon. Bye.